Hey guys, and welcome to Gwent, the Witcher card game. My name is Jaggerous, and today I have a ranked monsters deck guide for you, and that is the Dagon Consume Hybrid deck. Dagon nom 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 nom. So we're going to be using Dagon in order to spawn Fog, which will also pull this one foglet from our deck, which gives us a little bit of deck thinning. You can see him here in all his glory once he actually loads in. There you go. So that's our kind of fog usage. And then, you know, if they happen to not have weather clear, the fog's going to tick every round, and that's going to be quite good. If they remove the foglet, it's not really too big of a deal. And then later on, we can then also use Woodland Spirit in conjunction with Fog, the foglet, and the Rabid Wolves it spawns for a power play. And then beyond that, we've just gone for kind of a very standard consume core. So we have our Arachas Behemoth. Whenever an ally consumes a card, you spawn an Arachas Hatchling, which is this little like 3-drop. And this then damages itself by 1. So we can use this to try and swarm the board every time we deal a consume. We have Vran Warriors for consume, and we have Harpies, Seleno Harpies. Spawn 2 Harpy eggs to the left of this unit. If you consume a Harpy egg, you boost the unit which consumed it by 4. So we're going to be spawning eggs, eating eggs, spawning Arachas. We can also actually eat the Rabid Wolves that this dude spawns, so lots of different options for eating. Then on top of that, we have Manticore, Imperial Manticore, and this is basically just a standard 12-drop, so you might think it's kind of boring, but what you can do is if you have Toad Prince, you draw the top card from your deck, then consume a card in your hand. So we can use Toad Prince to then eat the Manticore. So we play the 5, we eat the 12, that's a 17-point play, which is pretty decent. And then once the Manticore's in your graveyard, you can always eat it with Katakan, consume a bronze or silver unit from either graveyard. If your opponent's playing, you know, a graveyard deck, we can also use Katakan to eat what they have. We have Morvud for locking. This is what Fiend used to be. This is now Morvud. And look at this premium. This is arguably the best premium in the game. Just wait. Just wait. He's going to, like, vomit runes on the screen. You ready? You steady? Well, here we go. Blah, runes. Such a good premium. So we have that as well, which is going to give us a lock and also a reset, because a lot of units are boosting. We also have our Nekkers. Whenever an ally consumes a card while this unit is in your hand deck on the board, it boosts itself by 1, and then when it dies, it pulls a Nekker from your graveyard. So what you want to do is play these out, play one of them, and then when it dies, it'll pull another one from the graveyard, which happens when you change round, for example. So we can use this to have carryover, which is really nice. And then obviously we've got the consume synergy there. We have Kairan. Deploy consume a unit with 6 or less power. If there's no eligible unit, boost self by 8. So Kairan, you can actually eat your opponent's units with this. So if you can eat an opponent's 6, that's actually a 16-point play. We have Regis, Higher Vampire. Look at the 3 bronze units from your opponent's deck. Consume 1, but boost self by its base power instead. So we can use Regis to consume a unit from your opponent's deck, which is useful. And again, a consume effect. And then we have our Succubus. After 2 turns, at the start of your turn, move the highest unit on the opposite row to your side. And this can be countered with locks or removal, but typically this is like the second last card that you play. And because you have a lot of other lock targets, your opponent typically has already played their removal and stuff. So Succubus is actually very, very effective in this deck. Then we have a Frightener, which allows us to gain card advantage, which makes our Succubus a bit easier to play. And Frightener, you can then play to move a unit onto a row to stack your opponent's rows, which means that your Marigold's Hailstorm is going to be more powerful. Damage all units on a row by half their power. So that is the deck. I know that some people like to run Olgierd instead of Imperial Manticore because he comes back. Some people also like to run Harpies, regular Harpies. These basically have a counter, and then they'll thin from your deck when the counter reaches 0 based on how many beasts you play. And as Harpy itself is a beast, and the Harpies that spawn from the eggs are beasts, you can kind of thin these out of your deck if you like. But I've gone for Archgriffins instead because I think a little bit of weather clear is quite useful. And these are also another good target to eat with the Toad Prince should you not find an Imperial Manticore. If you like this deck, hit that thumbs up button, guys. Maybe subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, I'm going to jump into a game and showcase these decks in action.
Checkmate.
Okay, so we're up against Radovid, which is kind of annoying because of all his locks. In terms of our hand, we're actually in a really good spot. We've got a couple Harpies, a few Behemoths, 3, and a Vran Warrior. I think we can afford to mulligan one of the Behemoths, even though he's likely to lock ours into a second. Vran is good. Morvud, good. Kairan, Woodland Spirit. This is actually a pretty decent hand, to be honest. You kind of want a mix of Behemoths, Warriors, and Harpies. The only thing we need to be a little bit careful about is effectively how he chooses to play his locks, because what we want to do is try and get him to lock us Well, we only have one unit on the board, basically, so that he only locks one important thing rather than two. So that's something that we want to kind of try and bait him into.
Semper Fi!
Yeah, just stack the row. It's all good. It's all good. So we'll play our Harpy first, because that might bait him into locking the eggs, which is potentially something that could be good. Sealay into Thunderbolt. I guess that helps because of the weather, so he's kind of protecting his units. Then we'll play the Arachas. And we'll see if he'll try and lock us. If he doesn't lock us, it's fine, because we can just play a Vran. We can just unlock with Morvud. So potentially it's worth just trying to let this happen, basically. And that's okay. He's mulliganing cards. I think we have to just kind of go for it. We have an unlock, so the Radovid won't be hugely terrible. And he'll probably go for the Vran Warrior and the Arachas here. In which case I think we unlock the Vran Warrior, because we want a lot of consume effects. He's getting powers, like he's getting points from the egg. What are you gonna do? Aeromancy into Skellige Storm. That is not so good. How many points behind are we? 11. We could give up this round, but if we give up this round, he... if we give up this round, he hasn't used his locks, and that's kind of awkward. Alternatively, we just set up more eating on the front row. And kind of just be done with the middle row. That is a big play, the Kira into Aeromancy into Skellige Storm. If he passes here, we can win one card down. And I do think we can still rack up a decent number of points. If we play another Arachas, that would actually not be too bad. So long as they don't land on the middle row. So I think we play Arachas and then another Harpy. And we have fog ticking, so you know that kind of helps negate the damage that we have here a little bit.
I don't want to die. I don't
Temerians. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I think we can still play into this. I mean, we've got 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 points in marigolds, right? Yeah, we've got 21 points in marigolds. And this is going to eat this, which is going to spawn a couple of these, which is hopefully going to negate this. We've got this ticking. So I think we can actually win the round with marigolds. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Is it 19 points? I guess it's 19 points with marigolds. Which put us on 55.
Our pyres will light up the north.
That's not a huge play. This is kind of annoying, but at least we trigger more eat effects. We'll put this here for now. I think we can still keep up with this because of the weather and because of the Arachas and the fact he hasn't locked anything. Alright, so you eat that, which spawns 2 more little baby spiders. And then he's going to eat on the next turn, so we're only 13 points behind. This gives us 4... I think we just have the marigolds, right? Are we going to get a better marigolds? Probably not. Let's do that. And we're nice and comfortably in the money. Because the thing is, K-Ren and everything else is going to be useful on a later round. So now we pass. I don't know what this deck is. Like, normally Radovid is armor, but this is not an armor deck. This is like a unit deck. Got a little bit of carryover. Got a... He's not going to play another Skellige Storm, so we don't need a Griffin. Regis is nice. Frightener. I guess we just straight play Frightener here. Trade it out for another card. He has to still play, so it's all good. Succubus is fantastic. We have all 4 golds in hand and a silver. He plays Thaler. But we're tied if he does that, so he still has to play another card. So we can just pass here. Be relatively happy.
Bloody non-humans.
We have to try and bait his Radovid. Although actually, no, yeah, because if he Radovid's Succubus, she just dies. So maybe we mulligan Succubus because he still has Radovid up. Or we try and get him to use it with a Nekker, which we just drew. I think we go for this, right? This isn't too bad.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
So we'll play our Nekker. Because ideally he doesn't want me eating Nekkers and spawning out more. So that's what he wants to lock, right? We should also actually fog him.
I'm a medic. I tend to know what
Alright, what are you resurrecting?
Something.
Lads, time to discuss this as
Okay.
later.
Mulliganing cards. So now we fog. I want to fog front, really. But this is going to stack the front row, which is a little bit risky. Because ideally I would have rather not done that. Then we can Regis, we can K-Ran something. We've got our lock for Succubus. See, now it's suddenly armor. I don't fucking... What is going on? Regis, what do we eat? Okay, so we know he's got done Banner Light Cavalry. We eat the Bannard Shooter. As long as we don't get too many points ahead. You know, the cavalry aren't really a problem. Ragnarug. I guess we roast Akin, boys. What do I want to eat here? I mean, ideally I could eat Stennis, so we can't decoy it, but we probably eat Shani just because she's worth more points. And he doesn't seem to be playing an armor deck, so, you know, all this armor doesn't really matter. We need to not go too far ahead. Yes! Oh, he played it! He played it! You fool! Over Took. What can I even take from him? A 6. We can take a 6. Because if we put this in the middle row... No, she should trigger before she dies, which means we get an 8. But she'd take 4 damage, so we may as well just play this in the back row. And this won't put us too many points ahead either. What you got?
Any last words?
Igni. Nope. So I'm just trying to work out if his cavalry are going to pull. We're going to gain 12 points from this. And this dude's worth 5. Nothing is going to get, like, reset. So I think we're okay here. I think we should win. Oh, maybe not. Fuck. We're going to get 12 points. So we're going to be quite far ahead, but we're also going to get Ragnaruged. Yeah, we're not quite 20 ahead. I did do the maths correctly. It's all Gucci. It's all Gucci. And that's how you play Radovid, because apparently he's just not going to lock things, and then everything is going to be great, and then he's going to lock things way too early, because he has Igni in hand. So I understood why he made that play. But it did allow us to play Succubus, which was pretty powerful. Anyway, guys, I'm going to jump into another game, and I'll showcase this deck in action once more for you.
Onward, sons of Nilfgaard!
Okay, so we're up against Spies. Spies is an interesting matchup. They have, like, assassins and stuff they can use to harm us, but generally it's okay. I want to blacklist the Archgriffin first, because I don't want to draw that, and then we mulligan the Foglet into a Nekker. We don't need Nekkers really round 1. Generally, I mulligan them and find them in later rounds, so I'm okay to mulligan him into a 3rd Arachas. Jesus Christ. We have so many Arachas. We don't have K-Ran, which is kind of annoying because he's really good to counter the Imperial Brigade, the ones that shoot you. He's a really good counter to that. We're first, which is kind of annoying. I think, do we open with a Harpy? We only have 1 Harpy. I think we can afford to open with an Arachas because we have 3. So if it dies, it's totally fine. We have an unlock, should he choose to lock us, so that's pretty good. We'll get our fog out now. Fog. I don't know why I played that in the middle row. You can play it on any row. Usually I play on the back row, so the middle row is not too stacked. And we try not to play too many things on the front row because we have a lot of melee-only units.
If not by strength, then by stealth.
I don't think this is a worthwhile target for Spies, to be honest. Like, we have a lot of better options, in my opinion. I think we start eating things. I wanna play this before I play more Arachas. I could play, you know, more Arachas now, but if we get 1 hatchling out, that's already gotten some value out of this Behemoth. And then we can look to get more value as time goes on.
A shame I have no...
I'm surprised I haven't been assassinated yet. Succubus is also really good in this matchup. Assassin. You assassinate the Arachas. You assassinate the Arachas.
As good as dead, that lot.
Okay. If you want to do that, that's okay too. We play more Arachas. We can't boost him in any way. We have to just let him eat, but he can eat the spy, so it's kind of okay. The problem is if he plays an emissary into a Imperial, whatever it's called, that's going to be a little bit awkward for us. We get some more little spider dudes. And we're kind of quids in at this point. We're in a pretty tasty spot. We could play the third Arachas. It's a bit greedy in case he passes, but if we play the third Arachas, we're kind of set up then to, you know, get a lot of points from just a small number of eats. And I don't think he'll be able to keep up in tempo. And we have other eats in hand, you know, like we have Regis, we have Katakan we could play. I'm all kind of resting on this Vran Warrior is my only problem.
Please wait, Your Excellency.
So if he kills it, that's kind of awkward. So let's hope he doesn't get an assassin. That's not an assassin. That's all good. Sweet. So now, I think what we do is we play this in here. And set up those eggs for some scranning. And yeah, life is good. Scran is a Scottish word for food, by the way. I just realized you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Set up the eggs for some scranning. Like, the Vran Warrior has got some eggs as tasty scran. Okay? Okay, we're good. There you go. You learned today. You learned today. But he hasn't really done much removal. So, all things told, this hasn't really been the end of the world matchup. Usually it can be a little bit more challenging.
Let us see.
And the thing is, if he does Menno our Vran Warrior, we can just lock it to stop him from killing it. Because if they play the Infiltrator, then we're in a pretty okay spot. It's going to spawn about 8 million fucking eggs. Question is, how all in do we want to go on this? Because we are a card down. We're 57... we're 8 points up, but we're not going to get another eat for a little while. So I feel like we have to kind of go all in here. Even though, ultimately, we'll be 2 cards down if we do. We get 2 points from weather per round. The thing is, I need to win this round. Like, we are kind of committed to this round. I don't think we can just pass it. So I think we have to just kind of commit. Imperial Brigade, Assassin, Emissary. We take the Imperial Brigade. 100% that's the eat target here. And now we're enough points ahead that he'll probably just pass. Oh, he's going to keep playing. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. We are, like, 27 points up. No, wait. 28 points up, plus 2 from Fog. Plus an eat that's about to happen. I think we pass here. I don't think he can catch us. You know, even if he kills the Vran Warrior, that takes 2 cards. He'd have to infiltrate it and then shoot it. If he doesn't do it this round, I think we just pass. Because then he has to play another card, right? Joaquin into that dude. Holy shit, he got a lot of points. Oh, he did catch us. Jesus. Jesus, what's in here? Not a lot that we want to eat. We can marigolds. We can succubus. I think we just... do we marigolds? 15, 16, 17. It's about 17 points from a marigolds. Then we get another eat. We spawn more little baby spiders. He's played Rain Fawn, so we're actually getting his win conditions here. And we can still win with Nekkers. Let's just play this. It's another tempo play. And it gives us more rounds, which allows us to eat more things. I do think he... I was going to say I intends to eat this maybe, but there it is. He's given up. Okay. So getting Rainfall in this round was actually really big for us. And we got 2... we got 2 brigades. That's not too terrible. Do we just dry pass this next round? No, the question is, what do we draw? Ideally, we want a Nekker. That is not a Nekker. That is not a Nekker. So we'll mulligan this dude. Try and find a Nekker. Because we've done a lot of eating. So they should be a decent number of points. And if we play this, he has to make a 9-point play to catch up. And if he doesn't make a 9-point play, we can just dry pass him. Let's do this. The only problem is if he has orcs. If he has orcs, it's kind of orcs word. Yeah, and that's a big play. Because that means he's ahead. And then he can put Roach back into his deck. It's kind of risky. It's kind of risky, to be honest. We are 2 cards down. But we do have 8 points of carryover. I think we just have to pass this and look for a longer round. Like, longer rounds are kind of what help us. Or we could try and bleed him. But if we try and bleed him and it doesn't work out, that's a bit awkward for us. And I don't want him to lock my Nekker. That would be really kind of shitty as well. So maybe we just pass. What do I want? Woodland Spirit would have been good. Toad Prince would have been good. Manticore would have been good. Well, Manticore and Toad Prince would have been good. I think we just pass this one. And he's okay with passing it too. So we then get 8 points into the next round. The problem here is we maybe should have just dry passed and played the Nekkers this round. K-Ren is alright. We mulligan the Harpy. We're not going to see that much value out of her, I don't think. Into a Frightener. We can play the Frightener or we can eat the Frightener with Katakan. So this gives us a little bit of choice. And choice is always good. We got options. We got options. We can't eat the Nekker because he's got more than 8 points. Because ideally we'd eat the Nekker and then, like, play another Nekker.
What do you need me to do?
Stefan. So the question becomes, how important do we think card advantage is going to be? Because if we think card advantage is going to be very important, then we should draw. But we're also giving him 12 points to do that. So the question is, what would we be able to draw? Woodland Spirit is probably good. Manticore is the same. Toad Prince is not great. Vran, not great. Griffin, not great. Nekker, not great. So I think we just straight eat this Frightener, to be honest. Oh, I play Katakan. Wait, that doesn't eat what's in my hand. That's what eats what's in the graveyard. Oh, man. Why am I so dumb? Why am I so dumb? We eat Asir. I was thinking of Toad Prince, and it's Katakan. I don't want to eat Roach. I'd rather eat a 6 if he plays an Imperial. Whatever the fuck they're called.
If not by strength, then by stealth.
So he's probably going to want to kill this. So all we have to do here is that. And now it's no longer a spy. And that stops him from playing Menno. If he has another Infiltrator, he has another Infiltrator. But usually they don't run more than 2. Like, more than 2 Infiltrators is kind of unusual. The thing is, I don't think I have enough points. Like, he's not played anything huge for Succubus. The carryover with the Nekker was okay, but I guess a Vran Warrior would be good, because then we can eat it and pull another one. And we can always Succubus the the Frightener. That's not a bad option.
A shame I have no time.
I don't really want to stack the front row. They don't usually run Hailstorm, but it's a little bit risky. We eat this. And then I think we Succubus into Frightener, right? I think if we Succubus into Frightener, we should be okay. But ideally, we do it on the front row, because then he's not likely to try and lock the Succubus.
A shame I have no time.
Okay, what you got? The more assassins and shit that he plays now, the better. Okay, we want to Succubus the front row. Does he have a clear for it? He probably has a clear for it. He's got a lot of cards. Usually you want to play it when they have a lot fewer cards. Because they have Orcs, they have Assassins.
I shall do what I'm
Okay, here. Yeah, so he's going to be able to find an Orcs or an Assassin here. There it is.
I never miss.
That's awkward. So I guess we have to go with this and just hope for a miracle. Let's have a party on the front row. I've already played Marigolds though, which he knows. Nah, I can't win this. I eat a 10, I pull a 10. This is worth 16. 49, 55. Yeah, we just lose. That's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. So this matchup, it can go either way. You know, if we'd gotten our Succubus off there, the 15-point play there would have been huge, but because he had such card advantage from round 1, that was kind of the problem. And what happened there was we lost the coin toss and he played a spy, so then we were 2 cards down, and then going into 3rd round we maybe should have just dry passed rather than playing the Nekker. That would have been a little bit smarter. But then we didn't have a Vran Warrior to eat the Nekkers, so then, you know, maybe playing the Nekker was the right decision. But then, you know, he'd still win. If I play this, he'd still win, right? Like, I can't really catch him. So, you know, we may as well just like piece out of this game. But generally, I do find that the Dagon Consume deck is really fun to play. It's really kind of, it's got a lot of parts that fit together, which means it's quite counterable. But I also enjoy playing decks that have a lot of parts that fit together, like the Greatsword deck I did yesterday, or this deck, because ultimately they're more fun to play. They require a little bit more thought, and they're kind of a little bit more engaging. Same with the spies deck, because it's more reactive than, say, something that's a bit more cut and dry, like armor. But if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. You can always subscribe to the channel. And yeah, you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Jaggerous, and on Twitter @Jaggerous if you want to follow me on those. That would be awesome. Beyond that, have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!